And then when you're coming and they're happy, bro, you know, like this little kid, hey, can I get a picture of you swing? And you're like, yeah, bro, like,
of course
you can, bro.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding a road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now.
So just to start us off, what is your business? What do you do today?
Yeah, bro. My business, bro, it's crazy, dude. So we're doing clinics, bro. So when you say clinics, you think hospital, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But, you know, we do these motivational swimming camps, bro. So it's unreal, honestly, because obviously I've been a professional swimmer my entire life, you know. So it's been swimming since I was 7. So 21 years of actual like competitive racing.
Unreal.
And just throughout the years, I found when I grew up, as a youngster, in the swimming game, I had no idea what was really out there, bro. What the international scene was, what the professional lifestyle was, what swimming really entailed. And through traveling, competing around the world, throughout South Africa, you know, you gain knowledge and experience. And I wanted a way to share that with the young and aspiring swimmers. So yeah, that's where this whole idea came from, you know. So basically, in essence, we run camps for young aspiring swimmers, corporates. It could be school camps, it could be any group of people who want to just have an absolute swing time, which is my catchphrase. You know, it's absolutely,
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so it all started with swimming because, you know,
Okay.
the brand was all about swimming. So we started on YouTube channel, bro. We just did a YouTube channel. It's just me and a few other swimmers, and we used to rock it out and just show the young kids, like online, what it's like to travel. What do we do in training? What do I assess? Like, what's the social life like?
So a bit of vlogging vibes.
Vlogging, bro. It was like total vlogging. So I just go across, you know, I just remember the class. I was in Greece, just showing what it's like to compete and like where we stay, what I chow and everything like that. And just kind of built, you know, like this all about swimming name in South African swimming, in the world, like started to become a thing. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's do some merchandise. I mean, just for the channel, you know, like get some swimming caps or like some t-shirts, hoodies. And that was like, you know, the whole business wasn't really a business to start. Do you know what I mean? All it was something where I wanted to share what this awesome life of swimming could be, this beautiful sport of swimming, how fun it is, like the friends you make, the memories you make, the places you go to. And it was all about swimming, literally. And through the years of doing the videos and then getting some other people on the team, some other, you know, top swimmers in the country, they came through and they were on the videos. And then there was a kind of need for, oh, do you ever like come through to clubs and do like some coaching or do like a little bit of whatever you do online? Do you do it in person? I was like, well, no, we don't do that. You know, for me, it was just a bit of fun. You know, it was me, you know, pursuing my swimming career.
There was no real like intention behind it besides to just show what a good time you're having.
Brilliant. There was it wasn't financially driven. I never thought of it really becoming a business. Obviously, I had an idea of what I wanted the channel to be and all about swimming, the brand or the name to ring in people's heads, you know, like just kind of make something of it, like myself. And that's where the clinics came in. It was like, okay, can we get you to the club? Can we chat? Can you do something there? Can you show us some drills or like show us some breaststroke? And I was like, yeah, we could do that. And from there, it just stemmed from, I went to a school, did a little talk, maybe did some little swim things with them, something like a little chill.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, hold on, maybe we can make this into
some
business,
potential,
as well as giving back to the swimming community. It's like giving them those skills, the knowledge, the experience that you can't buy, bro. You know, as a youngster, like when I was 12, you can't just go and do 10 years of professional swimming and understand it within a day, you know, but we could give what we'd learned to those like younger kids, aspiring kids who want to learn something, just motivate them, bro. It all about swimming is all about just pumping people up, making people feel good, making people feel that they're on the right track. You know, swimming is a beautiful sport. Yeah, it's hard, you know, the early mornings, the cold mornings, the jumping in the water, 10 sessions a week. But I want to show you like what it can give you, you know, the traveling, the friends, the memories, the laughs, bro. The laughs I've had over the years have been insane, bro. The people I've met, the experiences, just in general.
Yeah.
And that's what it was driven by that, bro. And which is so cool, you know, the core essence of All About Swimming, whatever it is now, All About Clinics, which is obviously it's transitioned throughout the years.
Yeah.
Now it's, you know, it was all driven by that pure happiness and like finding the right reason to swim, you know, not just for the times and the medals or whatever it is. You can have an absolute blast in swimming.
Yeah.
And that's what we do at the clinics. We give you, you know, depending on how long those clinics are, we come down and we tell you some stories, we motivate you, we do some dry land, we do some gyms kind of stuff and pump you up, and then we teach you a little bit of swimming and just have an absolute
joy
at the same time.
And so how long have you been doing the clinics for?
The clinics,
you might have said it already, but I'm not sure if I missed it.
So Actually, it's been difficult because of COVID. Obviously, clinics was quite a, doing motivational training camps with groups of people, 40 to 50 kids at a time. That became a little bit difficult during COVID, but
of course.
We started that part of I don't want to say business, but the journey of All About Swimming. So the actual business side of it, that only started about 2.5 years ago. And we lost about a year in COVID.
And how long was the vlogging and all of that stuff going on for beforehand?
The vlogging was about 1.5, 2 years. So we did the YouTube, smashed the YouTube, 1 video a week. It was intense, bro. The growth on the YouTube was insane for the beginning. And, the views that we were getting were real views in the sense that when we went somewhere, those swimmers were at the galas. They were people who would see us on the weekend. And if I went to one of the junior galas, where all the kids are and they're just doing their thing, 8 to 14 years old, they would come and they'd be like, oh, All About Swimming, swing and do that vibe,
I love it.
And you really felt it, I compare it to Instagram now where, you're cruising around, you have followers or whatever it is, but you don't really get spoken to. But when I went to the gala or, I had other people like Martin and Aaron, other team members who were on All About Swimming, you come there, you'd be signing things all day long. It was epic, bro. People loved it. It was just showing the fun and the heart of swimming.
Did you feel like a bit of a celebrity?
Bro, it was... Dude, I was so grateful for those moments, bro. Yeah. Because you do feel like a celeb, but it feels like you almost have a bit of a connection with them. You have that core of swimming together.
Yeah.
And they know what you've done, and you kind of know what kind of content you've been putting out there. Maybe those people are enjoying it, bro. And then when you're coming and they're happy, bro. This little kid, hey, can I get a picture of you swing? And you're like, yeah, bro.
Of course
you can, bro.
Yeah, we love it.
So it was cool. It wasn't, the best thing part about the business of All About Clinics and what we do now is it all started from good heart, bro. Actually building something up without it being financially driven, which is, I think most businesses you go and I'm going and that's what we're doing to make the money, get the bank, secure the bag.
That's
bro.
how they measure their success in the business, I guess, is by money. And usually.
Exactly. You count those rands and see how many you got at the end of the month, whatever it is, and or the views or whatever it is to make the money and secure the bag. But, it was 2 years of just good hard fun, bro, of us driving in our own grind to be the best we can while showing the young and aspiring what that life may be. And then it turned into a business, which people wanted to be a part of.
So talking about, starting a business and getting things started, there's always an initial investment. Did you need to pump in a lot of cash in the beginning, or was it just, relatively cost-free?
Yeah. So it was cost-free, but this in the sense that I didn't want to take on any big burdens, any big loans or anything. I didn't feel the need to do anything like that. I didn't find the need to get any private injection as well to get into it. I wanted to make sure when I had this idea of doing these clinics full time and, going to different places, I wanted to practice in the best way possible through experience. So I did these clinics that I'm doing now, but for much less, bro. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't financially driven. It would just be to kind of start that business, start to get a little bit of a capital behind it. So it was all fully driven by myself of starting really small without the idea of that business, going and doing private clinics without having that brand associated to it, raising a little bit of money into that. And then that's where we started, So then we did the merch, and then it would all just be kind of driven off, what can we do? Okay, let's go make that quickly. Then we can start building. And for me, I've always believed in any business idea you have, start small. If the idea is great, start small. Because if the idea is good, it doesn't matter if you have the billboards and the brick and mortar and the shiny glass, glam, chrome. If your idea isn't good, with all of that, it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? But if your idea is great, even on the smallest level, if you start small, you only have hoodies, bro. You know what I mean? And it's made to order. You don't even have 2,000 units or whatever.
Yeah.
If people like it, they're going to go for it. And if you have an idea that people can believe in or they love, you start small.
Yeah, 100%.
You do it yourself. You go do the grind work. You don't have to go get 500 people working for you or get this and that and that. You just go do it. You graft it yourself and build along the way without taking on any major, burden of debt or.
It's actually very similar to a guy I had on a previous episode. I think season 1. He started a jewelry company, but the initial investment was small.
Yes,
relatively small. Yes. But he spoke about how the idea was just the idea was good. Right, in their mind. Start small, take that money, turn it into some more money. Then take that money, turn it into some more money, and just build it from there. It's a good idea. It'll flourish, no matter what. But if you're consistent with it and you graft it well and do it properly,
exactly,
you're gonna see some good returns.
Whether you put one bar into something or 10 grand, whatever it is.
Yeah.
if you can make whatever that 10 grand got you and sell it all and make it double or whatever it is, then you keep going.
Yeah,
Do
you
know what I
keep
mean?
going.
And then you build, bro. And then you actually enjoy the experience a lot better. It's quite easy for someone, okay, cool, I want a mill. Let me start it up. Now you get everything, bro. You got the assistant, you got this, you got the merch, you got maybe a little store, you got signage, you got all this kind of thing. Now you got a mill. And if that idea wasn't good, bro, now you're hurting. You know, you're behind the game, bro. Take it small, especially if you're a young guy. I mean, I was a little bit younger when I started it. I didn't want to take on any crazy debt or anything or have that crazy pay. I was also trying to pursue the swimming career at the same time.
Yeah.
So if I could do it on the side and just put back into the business every time we made, you know, while still using some of that, but just keep putting it back, keep putting it back, reinvesting into that, getting more merch, right? Getting more people, hiring more people to work with us, you know, build the connections, travel, whatever it was. That's just the way I saw it, bro.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time.
So talking about that initial investment and then that reinvestment, have you been satisfied with the returns you've been seeing, or has it been a bit slower than you maybe expected in the beginning? You know, what was that kind of the returns on that initial investment?
Man, so I think it was great all the time. Whatever we put back in, it just kept doubling. Do you know what I mean? The size of the clinics got bigger. The professionalism of the clinics got better. You know, everything, you know, when you get the website going, you know, and then you have someone actually working for you, making sure they're sending out the emails, you know, not me waiting to get back from training to graft the mails, or reply to the DMs or whatever it is. So I felt whatever we did, putting it back in, it got bigger, it got better, and just got more streamlined. Yeah, we made some mistakes along the way, like you can't believe, bro. I mean,
of course. I mean, you're always going to.
Oh man, that, you know, there's some out there that you just like, wow, you know, you just wish you haven't gone down that road. But the biggest part for me, the biggest loss, which, you know, every business, no matter what industry you're in, that did the COVID for us.
Is it?
Man, we had international clients. We had a good rep going. We were every 2 weeks going international, different places. We had people calling in, wanting us to go there. And then COVID hit. And then, man, like, it's been what, like almost 2 years, bro. You know what I mean? Like, not almost 2 years, but I mean, we're in our second year of this.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro,
still trying to claw our way back.
Some of our clients I can't get to overseas. You know, India is one of our big ones. Can't get back to India. Do you know what I mean? It just can't be a thing. And it's like,
what are some of the challenges you faced besides COVID? You know, you spoke about some of the challenges in getting started. Are there any that come to mind besides COVID that were, you know, quite significant?
I think for me, because I was doing so much myself, and being a professional swimmer, man, it's like I can't even explain the hours that you would have to put in every single day, the mental energy, the physical energy. For me to really graft, it was always on me. It still is a big part. It's like it's on me. You know, so now I've had a little sabbatical off swimming. But the biggest challenge for me was finding the energy and the time to really graft and put a lot more. You know, so I didn't really have the energy, mental energy, bro, to even just go for it. And then I would say that was my own challenge. My own mental challenge was finding the time to really put the energy into the marketing, into the videos, like the YouTube videos, bro. Like the swimming got too crazy with the clinics that the YouTube videos fell off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're not putting as much effort and time into those.
Man, and that was a mistake that I made. Do you know what I mean? That's one of my biggest ones. I wish I kept the YouTube going. To go pick it up now, three years later or something, it can work, but we had the momentum, we had it going. And for some reason, I thought that I could drop that for the business. But that was a big part of the business.
That's what got it going, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So, you know, that's where I lost a little bit of sight along the way. And then we got into Instagram videos and now.
Do you think you would ever kick it off?
No, we're going back, yeah.
Oh, are you? Okay, epic. I'll make sure I go subscribe.
No.
Is it all about swimming?
All about swimming, yeah.
Okay,
so,
and earlier you were talking about how much you love it, right? So I'm assuming this is your passion, or if you were given the opportunity, is there something else you would pursue, you know, for the rest of your life? Or are you happy to do this for the rest of your life?
Bro, I love it, bro. I love swimming. I think my biggest thing is I love being around people, bro. You know, when I say I'm a people person, extrovert, you know, like high energy, I love chatting, meeting new people. And a big thing for me is actually inspiring people. You know, I'm not saying, oh, I'm this inspirational dude, but I've been through so many ups and downs in my own career that, you know, I've learned so much, bro. I've learned from when I started competing to where I am now. I love being able to tell that story and actually help people, you know, because I say that at my clinics all the time. The greatest thing you can ever do for someone is make them feel better about themselves or more confident about themselves. You can give them this, you can give them that. You can say that if you can make someone actually feel better about them being them, I feel like that's the greatest thing you could ever do for somebody.
Yeah, you're giving them so much.
Bro, just by words or telling them a story that might just hit their heart, like in one way they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going through that. Because, dude, we all go through the craziest things, like the social media that we have. we show our best life all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%,
Like
yeah.
people, obviously there's some influencers out there that show the rough parts in it, but most people are showing, they're not showing when they're having a bad day, bro. They're not like sitting there going, yeah, bro, really bad. It's just
yeah.
when they're out with the legend, like, mates, like, woo, let's go, so
Yeah, standard.
for me, if I could do this as long as I can, me personally doing these talks, motivating and sharing my stories and seeing these kids like sometimes come up to you and even parents, bro, they kind of just want to like let you know that really resonated with me. And it's like just going through something similar that you went through. And it's just so nice to hear that, you got around that, or there was a way to kind of
overcome it.
Yeah, bro.
Gives them hope, I guess. Yeah.
And for me, if I can do this as long as I can, or at least get other people to teach them the ways of doing this kind of thing into all about swimming and doing it into other sports, bro, I would do this as long as I love swimming. I love being in sport and the people.
So in this whole journey, swimming journey, starting with the vlogging and then moving into starting the clinics, have you ever sat back and felt like you've made it? And if so, when was that? If not, what would that look like for you, to sit back and feel like you've made it in a sense?
Bro, one thing for me in terms of that statement, bro, like I feel like you can never feel like you've made it, dude. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, there's moments where you're like, I'm on the right track and this is amazing. But I just, dude, the ebbs and flows of my career in terms of swimming, I just know how things are never constant, and to say that you've made it, I feel like there'll be a point where I almost stop. Do you know what I mean? And
I get
it's
you.
almost like I've made it, like, I don't think I could ever say that, bro. Like, honestly, ever. Like, even if, I don't know what that idea would even be. Would it be financial success? Would it be the amount of people working, or the amount of people that I've seen, or the size of the events that we do? I think there would be a point where it's like, when we were gaining momentum before COVID, there were points where I was like, wow, dude, this is epic. Like, this is the right track. But I don't think I'll ever reach that point where I'm going to be like,
so there's no big, I don't know. I think most people, they'll have like an idea of what they envision, what they want their life to look like. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, the idea of making it, not necessarily made it, is just having that brand name known by so many people, from country to country, city. I want South Africa to know that, I want to see it, like I think of brands like, Speedo Arena, like in swimming. I'm just thinking of two big names, I'm not saying we're in the same league. We don't make swimming costumes, but I want it to be like that, bro.
Yeah, like
I want people
commonly
to know
known,
all about swimming. That's a name in the sport. And I want all about to be a name known in other sports. And I think that would be a moment for me.
And so a bit of a random question, I guess, but genuinely at the moment, would you say you're happy?
Bro, the best question you could ask. And absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I say swing, and that's like my thing, like swing, baby. Let's go. Like it started off as a bit of a joke back then.
I'm going to start using that now.
Bro, it's really cool, bro. The meaning behind it is dope. And it's literally, like I've said it now already, but finding the negative and positive, finding the positive and the negative, no matter what the situation may be. And for me, I think from some of the dips that I've had, bro, I had like kidney failure this year. I've had a broken elbow. I've had like some really terrible setbacks. I was at World Champs. Now I have spider bite, but I had a spider bite at World Champs in Hungary.
Jeepers.
I've just had like some pretty rough like bets in my career.
Some knocks,
some knocks, and the biggest one was the broken elbow. That was in the year of Olympics. I'd already qualified. It was like epic, bro. And that was such a big knock, and I went on such a down spiral. Like mentally and oh man, it was terrible. I was in a bad way, dude, for sure. It was the first time I think I actually felt like real. I don't want to say depression because it's a bit of a wide spectrum, using that word, but I was in a bad way, bro. And that's where the shrink really came through, because I had to like learn how to use my arm again and everything, like learn how to swim again. And from that moment, it was like the shrink was real. It was about living in every single moment, like literally living in this moment, like here we are right now. Like I'm not thinking about what's tomorrow or what's happening. Like obviously you have those thoughts, but it's actually like being present in a moment with somebody, because bro, life is crazy, dude. Like you can plan for 2 weeks time and say, I'm going to go with my mate somewhere, but then suddenly that goes, that's a small thing, which, I hate to talk like hectically, but people lose their lives all the time, bro. Do you know what I mean? And if you're living in a future that has an outcome, like you're waiting for an outcome on eventuality that hasn't even happened yet, it's like, what's the point of living, So for me, that are you happy? Bro, I'm mega happy, bro. I'm doing things that I love. are there little parts which I would like to improve or do more of? Or let's just we're talking about clinics here and my business, but would I like to have more? Of course I would, bro. Would I like to be booked up every single day? Oh, of course I would, bro. But at the same time, of course I wouldn't.
Yeah, there's always things you can find to be unhappy about.
You know what I mean? It's like, could I be there today? Yeah, I could be, but I'm not. And if I'm in a little bit of a down spot right now, is it permanent? No, it's temporary, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just like when you stub your toe on the cupboard, bro, and you want to like flip and swear your lights out because you've hurt your little baby toe.
Yeah.
That moment, it's also temporary. So I always apply that. And also the spilling of the coffee. That's one of my main things that I talk about, spilling that coffee in the morning. It's such a bleak moment and you get so upset and you like swear your lights out, whatever. But just like that, any other massive moment in your life, on the degree of a bad moment or a little hiccup or a little obstacle on your way, it's not permanent, bro.
No,
so that's something that I always hold on to. It's like every little moment, it's not permanent. It's only temporary. And whatever happiness, it's also temporary, bro. So enjoy that happiness when you feel it. And I think when you live in the moment and don't live in the future or live in the past or think about things too much, just appreciate what you have. So for me, I'm happy, bro.
Cool.
I take everything on the chin. If it's a bad thing, it happens. It's temporary. Let's move on. Let's find a way. Let's find a positive in that negative.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
And live in the moment, baby,
I love it.
That's yeah.
And so just in closing the podcast, I just want you to imagine something for a second. So imagine you're in a stadium with thousands and thousands of, young entrepreneurs and, not actually necessarily young entrepreneurs, but just people, just anybody. And you have one question to answer. The question is, what is one success nugget that you would give them, a piece of gold that they can hold onto? What would you say?
It's a very good question. But I would say, don't ever think that you're too good or too far in whatever that you're doing to learn. Because there's always someone else who's done it just a little bit better or gone a little bit further. And I think while saying that, listen to your gut. Because when you go against your gut, you still don't really believe in that step that you take next. So always go to your gut, but always listen and always don't speak more, listen more. Do you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. And surround yourself with people who have maybe got to a place in the same field without, not the same field. Surround yourself with people who are at a level of success, the success that you think of, my idea of success is happiness at the end of the day. It's not revolved around money or where my business can go. It's not at all. If I'm not happy, then there's no point in the business,
Yeah.
But listen to those around you. Surround yourself with people who have done more or have gone further maybe in a place, not say better than you. You can't say that about people. No one's better than you. You're your own person. You are you. You're the only you that there can be. But surround yourself with people that you can learn from. And never stop learning, bro, because there's not a moment in time where I think like, oh no, this is the only way. But then I'll meet someone in this weird path of life and they'll tell me one thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does my gut feel good about that? Yes. Keep learning, So don't ever think that you have it waxed,
Okay.
You never will.
But yeah, so just before we sign off, just want to give you a quick chance to, give your business a little shameless plug.
Shameless plug, yes, sir.
Where can people find you? What's your handles and your @s and all those things?
Man, so obviously Ayrton Sweeney on Instagram, just my name. Maybe do a little pop up there instead of spelling it out like that. And then just all about swimming. It's very easy. You'll find it. It's where we show some of our clinics, and we're going to start posting some more content revolving around the life of swimming and just conversations and people in swimming. So more about the personalities and like their way of lifestyle. So all about swimming. And then I think we're going to get back on that YouTube channel.
Yeah, that YouTube channel.
Learn
Is that also, you said it's all about swimming?
All about swimming as well on YouTube. So shameless plug there. But
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, shot, bro. Well, look, I appreciate you coming on the show. Had a good time. But yeah, sweet.
Thanks, my boy. Swing.
All right. What is up, you absolute weapons? Thank you for watching and listening to None of Your Business. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and all of those beautiful places, you can find the links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time.
Like I'm in a big league.